So here's the last one. This one's a minute long, but it's an old commercial for Life cereal featuring the great Casey Stengel. So this should be interesting.
All right.
Let's take a look at this.
All right, well, let's do it.
Westbrook Van Voorhis here. The great Quaker Life debate rages on. Is Quaker Life an adult cereal, or is it for kids? Adult. Casey Stengel is speaking.
Quaker Life is the most nutritious, ready-to-eat oat cereal. Protein, thymolene, riboflavin, niacin, a little bit of sweetening. Now, for a ball player to execute on a ball field, he has to have a light stomach. And when he has a light stomach, he can participate more in a ball field. He can execute every play in the game. He can go to first base faster than he can with a heavy stomach.
Thank you,
He can
Mr.
also
Stengel.
do almost
And now for the Sandlot League viewpoint. Here is shortstop Jimmy Smith.
Mr. Stengel may be a great backer, but he sure doesn't know much about baseball. Us ball players eat Quaker Life because it tastes so good, period.
Nutritious enough for adults. Good tasting enough for kids. Quaker Life must be for everybody.
That scared the shit out of me for whatever reason.
Casey Stengel is
like that, like him just angry,
He had like
yelling at a child.
facing
Like
the
it
camera.
didn't make me feel comfortable at all.
Casey Stengel did come up with the term "amazing Mets," so you give him credit for that. He's a banker. What is
Yeah,
he?
why is he a
zoomed
banker too? Like,
I don't
why
know
is he
what- yeah.
cosplaying as a banker?
I feel like
Just
they zoomed in a
zoom
little
in.
too far on Stengel, don't you?
Yeah.
This is a little bit
Yeah.
disturbing of a close-up for me. I think
It's
Brian's
such
got a
a-
point.
Teeth and he's yeah.
It's such a disturbing close-up too. He's just got like he's like angry and old, like, and it's also like he just looks like the type of guy that probably like yelled at Jackie Robinson, like, you shouldn't play baseball. Like that's the resting face he has on right now. It's
Resting
also like the
racist face.
60s
Yeah.
color TV that's giving me like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
this is when segregation was the thing.
I like the little
Should be
ginger
fine.
kid. He's wholesome. He's kneeling up on the thing so he can be tall enough to speak at the podium, and he's just saying it tastes good.
Yeah.
I like it.
He's got the typical little kid accent from back then. Every kid sounded like a sitcom kid or something, you know. Yeah. So
What year was this, Mike? Do we know?
It's definitely the 60s. I don't know the exact year.
This has the grainy footage and the
Yeah. But that
This
was the
is
beauty of Casey Stengel. Nobody knew what the hell he was talking about. He just go on and on and on. And he was known as the old professor. And he was probably the greatest baseball manager that ever lived. So.
I like that the kid told me he didn't know anything about baseball. That's pretty cool.
You didn't know anything about baseball.
Sorry.
Baseball.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
disturbing to look at up close for that long. It just is.
It reminds me of almost like this was a scene that they made to look old for the movie Unfrosted, the Seinfeld movie. You know, like it just has that
Mhm.
vibe. Like it's just too real to be true kind of thing. You know, like it's just so spot on for the time that it almost seems like made up. You know,
It's also supposed to be the great debate, and it
Yeah.
was like, you know,
It's like
I
a minute.
honestly, like, none of their arguments convinced me at all to eat rice cereal. So I'm still on the fence. I have to say, I came away, and
Yeah.
I'm still, neither argument convinced me. So,
Yeah.
not the little kid, not Casey Stengel and his big old people ears.
just flesh hanging off.
Just honkers, just literally just.
Yeah. Look how little milk they put in that bowl of cereal. Like
You know,
gotta
that bothered me too, Mike.
fill that thing. I did that the other day. I ran out of milk and like I already poured it into the bowl. I'm like, well, I have to eat it, and it was just so disgusting with not enough milk. Like, how could you eat Life cereal?
Have you ever done water with your cereal?
No, I thought of that. It's just too weird.
Certain
we're not
cereals,
poor like you, Phil.
yeah, no, it is a poor people thing.
It
But
is a
certain
poor people
cereals you
thing.
can actually do.
Well,
you can
I don't wanna
do
make fun.
with water. Like if it's sugary enough, it's
Oh,
still
like
fine.
Tricks or something? Yeah. Or Fruit Loops.
Frosted Mini Wheats can do it. Yeah, Tricks,
Oh, yeah,
Lucky
yeah.
Charms, any of those cereals you can do with water. I don't
Yeah.
recommend it, but if in a pinch, if you really fucking gotta have your
Wheaties,
Tricks or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. No, Wheaties probably taste like garbage.
Not
or
Wheaties,
shredded
yeah.
wheat.
Oh,
I have
Cheerios,
no,
cornflakes,
yeah,
all the
that's-
plain cereals are garbage. It has to be like a sugared enough cereal to where it still tastes so.
Yeah. I use almond milk, so that's just water and almonds. So technically, I kind of
That's your poor rural white trash.
That's my
typically for
lactose
medium
intolerant
kids.
safety
Well, no,
net.
that's just Trader Joe's. Mike is bougie
That's-
on us.
that's
He's
Trader
not
Joe's.
fucking with your water, your water and trick cereal,
I'm gonna go to
Phil.
Trader
He's like, go back
Joe's.
to the trailer where you came from, you trash.
That's my lactose intolerant deficiency right there.
What, when you can't milk the cow in the backyard, you gotta put water in your cereal? You dirty hick.
Where do you get it from? The water pump?
When you can't churn butter in the back and make dairy yourself, you got to put water. Well,
The
now we have a
backyard
life hack.
Hickwoods of Connecticut.
Now we have a life hack for our fellow poors that watch this show.
Our fellow
and can't afford
poors.
milk and can't afford, because we can't afford anything anymore.
Just use
I mean,
water.
no one can afford groceries. We're all going to die in
Yeah.
poverty. But so water with your cereal. Okay,
That's what I'm saying, guys.
There's gonna be plenty of it coming.
Sponsored by
Global
our
warming.
new sponsor, Nosebleeders, sponsored by water and cereal. Okay,
Evian water.
That is
Water
that's
and
the only
cereal.
sponsor that'll take us. Is H2O in your cereal.
What
I
do you
gotta
have?
love how
Water.
I lightly asked that question and you both just pounced on it. That was,
You know, that's comedy. You gotta turn the littlest thing into the biggest
yeah.
discussion. That's
I
the
thought
great
that was
thing.
more common than it was. I guess I was just kind of poor.
No, I've heard. No, I've heard.
I
I've heard.
also
I've
did
heard.
it too.
I've heard.
I'm busting your balls, but I've
Oh,
also
okay.
been. I've also been in poverty too, as well. So
Yeah.
I've experienced it. Anyway,
Anyway, great
Um,
ad.